Ladies and gentlemen, we are one day removed from UFC 304, and UFC is deciding to keep the ball rolling, and I love it. I'm trying to keep the ball rolling, and I love it. Okay? So, we have UFC Abu Dhabi, Sandhagen versus Nurmagomedov. Where are my manners? How you doing? How's your mama? How's your day been? I hope it's been very good. Mine has been very good as well. Very well for all my grammar experts out there. If you guys love talking about picks, love talking about MMA content in general, live watch parties, a little parlays here and there, I'm no financial advisor, you'll love this channel. I urge you to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Help the algorithm out a little bit. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Now, the fight Saturday. It's a pretty decent card. Nothing to rave about, but I think it's free as well. It's free as well. So I think it's something nice. Sit back with the boys, maybe crack a few, gamble a little money, sit back and watch, be entertained. UFC 304 was not one of those cards for me, and I guess it wasn't for Dane either because he was not in a great mood after the card. But I won zero money. Count that up, zero money. UFC 304. We're looking to turn that around. I am no financial advisor, and I'm not here to give you parlays to tell. But I think I might start getting into the parlays that I play in GTA RP, of course, because I'm not really placing parlays. Right. So now, first fight of the night, we have SD, Cedricus Dumas versus Denis Tiuliulin. This fight was scheduled to be on UFC Saudi Arabia. I forgot what happened. Somebody got sick. Somebody had a tummy ache. Got canceled. Rescheduled for Abu Dhabi, though. Both guys, I don't really feel like are at the UFC level. I think SD is better than Denis, though. His record shows as well. But, yeah. Denis wants to keep a high pace, keep the pressure on his opponents. Dumas is much tougher than Tiuliulin. This is a fight that, early bathroom break, so you can't really take a bathroom break if you haven't really started watching the fights, but a fight I'll probably stay away from as far as betting. But the pick is SD. Moving on, we got Jai Herbert versus Rolando Bedoya. Jai Herbert, really known for the guy who made Ilia Topuria look mortal. Dropped him, hurt him real bad, knocked his mouthpiece out his mouth, all kind of shit. Fucked him up a little bit until he was brutally KO'd like a round later. Let's take it on Rolando Bedoya. Jai is your long-range striker. Could be low output at times. Really wants to snipe. Really wants to find his shot. I think he's more of a power threat than Rolando. But he's not out here knocking people stiff. Am I right? Bedoya's going to keep the high pace. He likes his high pace. Much higher pace than Jai. He's not going to try to snipe. He's just going to want to get in your face, and he's going to want to wield on you a little bit. He's going to want to break you. He's going to want to break you down. Moves in and out. Can defend some takedowns. Not much of a finishing threat, though. And that's what's making this fight hard for me to predict. I think Rolando can, as far as winning minutes, I think he beats Jai Herbert. But Jai Herbert can find a little sneaky shot and put him away. But I don't like, even though I did it with Paddy the Baddy, I think Paddy finishes him even though he could lose on the feet, which Paddy just destroyed him in every facet of the game. I'm going to pick Rolando Bedoya, though. Going to pick Rolando Bedoya. I'm not going to put any money on it because I know Jai Herbert can snipe, can find a shot, can use his range. He's just a low output guy. And I think if it comes to a decision and who won more minutes, I'm going Rolando. Moving on, we got Victoria Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. I was surprised to see the round lines when I looked at this fight. Pretty sure I'm going to put some money on Vicky. But, yeah, Victoria, powerful striking, good wrestling, dangerous BJJ on top. She's one of the high women prospects who really imposes her will on her opponent, whether it's the striking, touching her opponent up, or out grappling her opponent. Not too impressive on bottom, but she's rarely on bottom. Sam, she's a come forward striker. She wants to break her opponent. She wants to weaponize her cardio and wield on you a little bit. She gets hit more than she throws punches. She has a negative striking differential, I'm pretty sure. So she's really coming forward, but she's coming forward onto shots. She's tough. but I don't think she's a match for Vicky. The pick is Vicky. Now we got Guram Kutateladze versus Jordan Vucenic, making his UFC debut. A prospect that MMA Guru likes a lot. I can't open. What I'm trying to do right now is open so I can see the tail of the tape, but it's not letting me see the tail of the tape. Okay, I can't see the tail of the tape. So we got Guram Kutateladze versus Jordan Vucenic. Guram's a good fighter, man. He's been taking a slide as of late, but he's a good fighter. Came on short notice, beat Mateusz Gamrot, and then since then he's been on a landslide. He was KO in his last fight by Brener. Jordan is stepping up on short notice. It's a must-win for Guram. This is a must-win for Guram. You came, you put a lot of people on notice, and then you lost a decision. Then you get KO'd. So, this is a big fight for you as far as your future in the UFC. We see Dana ain't playing no game. He ain't playing no games as far as your future in the UFC. Jordan's the kid who stayed in trouble as a kid and decided to join a gym. Absolutely zero background in martial arts, but he's not that bad of a fighter. I mean, he's not scared of the fight. He can do a little bit of everything. He's not scared to be in the fire. Hell, he was born in the fire, if you ask him. Very, very tough guy who's not going to go anywhere. I think this is a different level. Plus it being on short notice. UFC debut. Abu Dhabi. I got to pick Guram Kutateladze. Moving on, we got Blob Gaziev versus Dontel Mays. There we go. There's my tail of the tape. Blob coming off of his first loss to Rozenstruik. Got exposed for his cardio. His cardio was horrible. His wrestling and his powerful striking didn't look too dangerous. I'm still under the belief, though, that Shamil can be dangerous. He just needs the right stylistic matchups to look it. Dontel, he's a boxer with good footwork. Looking to set up his power shots. Decent footwork for heavyweight. Looking to set up his power shots. He'll throw shots in combination. He'll give you a lot to look at. He has the length in his fight as well. He's 2 inches taller at 6'6". 2.5 inches longer, pause. 81-inch reach. I'm going to pick Shamil here. He got to get back on the bike. We got to... where he's from, they work hard, bro. They work hard. And I'm not trying to just generalize them all together, but they work hard, man. They work hard. And they don't take failure as an option. I think a loss could be beautiful, though, in a career, Your first loss is a beautiful thing. You learn a lot about yourself. The audience learns a lot about you. And we learn even more when we see your next fight and how you bounce back. I think the Blob Gaziev bounces back in a good way. The pick is the Blob Gaziev. Moving on to Muhammad Yahya versus Fernandes. I don't know I'm going to say K. I know that's not how you pronounce it. I'm not saying Kaue with the little thing on top. It's pronounced K. I'm just saying K dot as the initial. Fernandes. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. Yeah. It's a patient karate style fighter. And if you've been watching this channel a lot, you know I'm not a fan of the karate style. If your name's not MVP, Wonder Boy, I like Robert Whitaker. He can use his karate blisters pretty well. If you're not those guys, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. He's low volume, minimal power, what I mean to say. Tries to work in the clinch if he's losing minutes, but he's not that strong. He's a little too patient. Hands low. His karate style sucks. Seems like I'm ripping him apart, but that's just really how I feel. Fernandes is a powerful striker looking to bounce in and out, blitz his opponents. Sleek BJJ. I think this fight's should stay standing, though. I think this fight's going to stay standing. I think Fernandes is going to be the one coming in and out. Landing the 1-2s down the middle. Landing his strikes. Muhammad's going to be looking. Trying to snipe with no power. Looking. Losing minutes. He's going to try to clinch. He's going to get the clinch reverse. Looking. Picks Fernandes. We got Alonzo Menifield versus Azamat Murzakanov. There it is. Murzakanov. The undefeated Azamat Murzakanov. I feel like Alonzo just got KO'd not long ago. Let me see. Against Alberg? When was Alonzo Menifield versus Alberg? He like sprinted across the goddamn octagon like an idiot and got sniped coming in. He got mid halfway. He got sat down. Mad as shit. Let me see. May 11th. Dude, that was 2 months ago. At the time of this, it'll be closer to 3 months. Closer to 3 months ago. That's not a lot of time to recover from a KO, but he wasn't like out cold. I don't believe. I think he was stopped. I think the referee stopped it before he was out cold. Anywho, Lonzo's a powerful striker. Look at him come forward, land those bombs, bomb away. He wants to get his opponent out there. He's there for a good time, not a long time. He can make questionable decisions though, leaving you flabbergasted. He can be dominating you on the feet, landing bombs, looking like he might get you out of there on the next one. Then he'll shoot a takedown. I hate people who do that. I hate fighters who do that. Alonzo, you do that. Stop doing that. Please. Undefeated Azamat. He's only 5'10", competing at light heavyweight. Damn. Well, kind of makes sense. He's very fast. With real power for the division. Good wrestler. Solid controlled. Solid ground and pound. Very exciting prospect. I don't know how well he does towards the top of the division because of his height, because of his size. But good thing this is the top of the division. I'm picking Azamat Murzakanov. Because I don't trust Alonzo Menifield anymore. Hey, Alonzo, you're fighting Carlos Alberg, one of the most dangerous strikers in your division. All right, gotcha, boss. You ready to fight? You know, like, that's not somebody you can really get behind. Nah. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to Joel Alvarez versus Elves Brener. This is an interesting one. This is one where I don't think the odds are close in the sports book. I think Joel's a huge favorite in this fight. And I could kind of see it. He's 6'3" in the lightweight division. I had to double check that. Shit. He's 6'3" in the lightweight division. He's a really good fighter. 20-3. One of those losses are Arman Sarukian. He's very long, pause. And uses that length well to box from the outside and land kicks from range. I mean, he's 6'3", 76-inch reach. Dude, that's like... And he's not skinny. So, I don't know how he's making his weight. I don't know how he's making his weight. He has really good BJJ as well, off of his back. And he's good at reversing takedowns to submit his opponents. He's landed 0 takedowns in the UFC, but has about 4 submissions. So you know what that means. Elves Brener, he's a grappler. Even though he's getting some KOs and he's very powerful, and he's getting some KOs, and it's kind of like, okay, this guy can box a little bit. He really wants to pressure, throw the bombs to set up the takedown and work the fight to the ground. I think Joel has more ways of winning this fight. If Elves tries to shoot, well, damn, it's probably a sub. And he's gonna use that long range. He's gonna stay outside. He's gonna land his kicks. He's gonna land his jab. Picks Joel. Now we got Mackenzie Dern versus Lupe Godinez. Mackenzie Dern was in a talk. Was talked about a lot after her last fight for all the wrong reasons. But UFC, they made sure they were getting the angles right. Which is wild. Because really, if you really think about it, when did we ever see those angles for the men? When did they ever bring the Scott Cam out for them? Why they didn't bring the Scott Cam out when Blob was dominating Leon Edwards? Sure brought it out. Whatever. Mackenzie, she's tough. And that's about where I stopped talking good about her. It's very, very sloppy on the feet as far as striking. She's praying to get the fight to the ground, but has horrible takedowns and wrestling to get the fight down to the ground. Now, when the fight is on the ground, she has really good BJJ. She's good at controlling her opponent. Find a submission from time to time. But you actually have to know how to get the fight to the ground efficiently to work that in. See what I'm saying? And she can't set it up with her hands. There's not an involvement in her fight. There's not an evolution in her game. Loopy's such a better striker. She's such a better wrestler. I don't know about the BJJ, but as far as wrestling and striking, I think Loopy can determine where she wants this fight to take. If she wants this fight to stay standing, I think she can keep it standing. If she wants this fight to be on the ground, I think it's going to be up to her if the fight's on the ground. But her decision making, like Alonzo Menifield, it'll leave you a little clueless, or just the lack of urgency. We saw her on the back against Verna Janarova, and close fight, but there was no urgency to get up off your back and try to win minutes. I don't think Mackenzie Dern is that type of top control, that kind of top pressure, that kind of wrestling. And I think Loopy is the underdog in this fight. I'm not betting on Loopy because, like I said, I don't like her mentality in a lot of her fights. But the pick is Loopy. I will be picking Loopy. Moving on to Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa. Picks Michael Chiesa. I don't know why Tony Ferguson's still allowed to fight. Dana White will say the PFL is getting a really good flyweight, even though PFL doesn't have the flyweight division. It's getting a really good flyweight when referring to Muhammad Mokaev. And I get Muhammad Mokaev has done a lot outside of the octagon that doesn't make him a likable guy, and his fighting style is pretty boring. But you'll do that, but you'll let Tony Ferguson lose 10 fights in a row and still give him fight after fight after fight after fight. And each fight, he looks worse. And the solution to these problems is David Goggins. I'm going to let you think about that. The pick's Chiesa, probably 30-27. I'm not breaking this fight down. Moving on, we got Marlon Chito Vera versus Deiveson Figueiredo. I think it's time to give up on Chito. Not give up on Chito, because I like Chito. Chito's still one of my guys, man. I like Chito. I like his swagger. But as far as depending on him to fight a good fight and do his thing and give himself the best chance of winning, I think we should just give up on it. Because he showed us who he is. He showed us that he's going to go out there, he's going to get outstruck, and he's going to try to look for his Hail Mary shots, and if they don't land, I'm okay with going to a decision. He showed you that if he gets taken down, I'm okay with laying on my back, trying to throw up Hail Mary subs that probably aren't going to work. I'm okay with laying on my back and getting to the next round. I'm okay with not getting finished. Deiveson Figueiredo is going to take the path of least resistance at this point in his career, and what he's trying to do. He's trying to get to a title shot. Look what he did to Cody Garbrandt took the path of least resistance. Forgot who he fought before that, but I'm pretty sure he grappled there too. He's going to take the path of least resistance, and it doesn't make sense to stand with Marlon, especially when Marlon cannot defend takedowns. And if you do get him down, he's going to lay on his back. If you take Marlon Chito Vera down with 4 minutes left in the round, you're probably going to have plus 4 minutes of control time added to your total control time. So, picks Deiveson Figueiredo. By unanimous decision, probably 30-27. Moving on to the co-main event, we got Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I get it wrong every fucking time. Oleksiejczuk. Yeah, two powerful strikers, man. I like the way McCall looked against Kevin Holland. I think it's not a fluke, right? Because Kevin is a black belt. But McCall was looking good, damn good against Kevin. Rots Kevin a little bit. You know, McCall's gonna be one putting the pressure, bringing the pressure in this fight. I do feel. I think McCall's gonna be the one bringing the pressure, getting in Shara's face, pushing Shara up against the cage, trying to land his bombs. Right, look for McCall to come out early in the fight, trying to land bombs. You know, I think McCall's gonna come out there, give it all he got, but I think he's gonna fade towards the end of the fight. Shara didn't look as dominant and as much of a killer the UFC wanted him to be in his last UFC fights. Excuse me. He just did it, which is okay. His fight against Bruno Silva, I mean, I still think, hey, there's some holes in your game. In his last fight, I forgot who it was. I think Tricoli, short notice. Didn't look at, towards the end, he started, okay, now he's styling on him. But, maybe it's his style. I don't think his style is just going to be great towards the top of the division. But for now, he's good. I still don't know who I want to pick because I think McCall comes out and wins that first round. He's going to be putting a lot of pressure on Shara. He's going to be landing bombs. But I think Shara, it's going to take him a few exchanges to get into it. He's going to find the rhythm. He's going to find the timing. And I think he could pull away. I think Shara's going to win the third round. I think McCall's going to win the first round. It's just going to be that second round. I'm going to pick Shara. I'm going to pick Shara by decision. Too early to lose. Can't lose. So, scary fight, though. Scary fight for Shara. For sure. Scary fight for McCall, too. But we know McCall's not going to give a fuck. He's going to come forward. So, yeah, that's that. On to the main event. We got Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. The Sandman. Corey's one of the best and diverse strikers on the planet. I think he's one of the best and diverse fighters on the planet, not just striking anymore. Not too powerful, but still ridiculously dangerous with his knees and his elbows, his clinch work, his volume. He has some of the best footwork that I've ever seen, along with the beautiful combinations and unsuspecting level changes that he has now. Ever since he's lost, we see the evolution in his game. Even injured, tearing his bicep, tricep, whatever it was, off the bone with one arm. Rob Font, that's not an easy out. Grappled him. Changing levels, setting it up well. He can literally do everything at a high level and win fights. He reminds me of a 2024 new era Dominic Cruz. And I say that because he's always using his footwork. He's on his bike. He has clean boxing. And he can throw the level changes. Not the most strongest and dominating wrestler, but it's his timing. It's the timing. It's all about timing. But now, this version of Dominic Cruz has the elbows. This Dominic Cruz has the knees. At one point, you didn't have faith in Corey Sandhagen's grappling. But now I feel like he can grapple to anybody. Maybe I'm overrating him. We'll find out Saturday. But 17-0 Umar Nurmagomedov, my dark. 17-0 Umar Nurmagomedov lives up to his name value. Uses great kicks to stay out of range. Then he'll shoot. That shot doesn't work, okay. If I shoot in on a double, he stuffed that I'm in on a single. Now I'm up on a body lock. Now I'm dropping back down for a double. He's going to chain wrestle until he has you down. Wasn't the most impressive performance in his last fight. But he showed us that if there's adversity, he could will through adversity and still get a win. I think that was a really good and important win for his career. I'm going to pick Corey Sandhagen, though. Gonna pick Corey Sandhagen. I think it's gonna be hard to get a timing in on Corey Sandhagen because he's gonna stay on his bike. The footwork's gonna be S tier. I think he's gonna be threatening knees early up the middle, and I think this fight, it's gonna be nice strikes from both men. This fight probably will hit the mat 1 or 2 times, maybe even 2, 3, 4 times. I feel there's going to be a lot of work in the clinch, though. And I think in those clinching exchanges, Corey Sandhagen is going to be landing elbows and knees, like really damaging. I think Corey Sandhagen does a great job at slicing his opponent. I think he's going to slice his opponent and have Umar's face red, and he's going to win the damage battle. I got Corey Sandhagen, man. I got Corey Sandhagen. We will be live. Having a live watch party Saturday for these fights. I urge you to come through. And once again, if you like talking fights, debating fights, live reactions, all of the above, I'm your guy, man. Comment, subscribe, leave a like. Please help out that algorithm. And like my mama told me, you ain't gotta go home. Just got to get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man.